Welcome back to the AI-MCP Agent Use Case Library. I'm George Snyder, one of the developers of the platform. Nearly every AI demo you've seen is a chatbot. Someone types, something answers. This one is different. Nobody talks to this agent at all. It runs on a schedule, it watches equipment, and it tells another system what it found. If your business has something that needs checking over and over, this is the pattern you want to see. Our example is a cold storage plant. Those buildings are refrigerated with ammonia, which is efficient and also hazardous. So the equipment is inspected on a strict program and the paperwork is a legal obligation. On a schedule, our agent checks each machine and answers one question in plain language. Is this running fine? Is it due for service? Is it getting worse? Or has it already failed? You don't need to know anything about refrigeration to follow this. Watch what the agent is doing, because the same shape works for any equipment, any rules, any industry. Here's the whole thing, built on one canvas with no code. It starts at the left with a webhook. That's a doorway another system can use to start the agent. Then a language model to do the reasoning. A tool connection to reach the real equipment data. A knowledge base holding the plant's own procedures, and guardrails, which decide what this agent is allowed to say. 8 blocks. That's the entire application. Let's start with that doorway. It's private. Only systems holding the key can open it. And notice what is deliberately not here. There's no timer inside the platform. That's on purpose. The plant already knows when it needs checking. Every 15 minutes, once a shift, or the moment a technician asks. So the schedule stays in the customer's hands and their own system knocks on this door. You keep control of when it runs. You'll see that system in a moment, and it's a real one. Now, how does the agent reach the actual machinery? Through MCP, the open standard for giving an agent real capabilities. It's connected to the plant's monitoring system, and here's exactly what it may do. List the units, read a unit's sensors, check its service history, and raise a work order. But look at this one. Get operating limits. That's the important one. Every plant has its own definition of normal, and here the agent asks for it rather than assuming it. It never guesses what a safe reading looks like. For anything regulated, that difference is the whole ball game. Numbers alone aren't a diagnosis, though. That's what the knowledge base is for. The plant's own manuals and procedures. Here's why it earns its place. One machine has 3 readings creeping upward, and every one of them is still inside the safe range. A simple threshold alarm says everything's fine. The manual is what tells the agent those 3 moving together mean this unit is heading for a failure, and the agent names the document it got that from. An alarm tells you a number moved. This tells you what it means. This is hazardous equipment, so let's talk about what the agent is not allowed to do. Take 2 of these. The first blocks the phrase adjust the set point. So if someone asks this agent to raise a pressure setting, it refuses and explains that changing settings is a decision for a qualified operator. Then it offers to raise a work order instead. The second block safe to work on. Ask whether a machine is safe to open up, and it refuses, because a person's safety must never rest on a chatbot's opinion. And every response carries a notice that this is advisory and needs a qualified reviewer. The agent can look and recommend. It cannot decide, and it cannot touch the plant. So here's the customer's own system. A real page, not a mock-up. This is where the schedule lives. Check these facilities every 15 minutes, and you can run one on demand, which is exactly what we just did. Now watch the list. The check is in progress. The agent is walking every unit at that plant, pulling each one's declared limits, checking the service records, and weighing all of it against the procedures in its knowledge base. It takes a moment, and honestly, that's the point. This is real work on real equipment, not pattern matching a chat message. And there it is. 4 units assessed, and the findings land straight back in their system. And here's the bigger plant's answer. Finished. 4 units, 1 running normally, 1 due for maintenance, 1 heading for failure, and 1 already failed. But look where we are now. That same run is recorded on the platform side in full. every tool the agent called, the tokens, the cost, the timing, and its complete answer exactly as it was given. So their system got the result, and the platform kept the receipt. If you ever have to prove what your AI did and why it said what it said, that second half matters every bit as much as the first. So, an agent nobody chats with, started by the customer's own schedule, judging real equipment against that customer's own rules instead of guessing, explaining itself from their procedures, refusing to step outside its lane, and handing back an answer another system can act on with a complete record of everything it did. Swap the equipment and the rulebook, and that's your business. Thanks for watching. I'm George Snyder, and I'll see you at the next AI-MCP use case deep dive.